Hello, good people. Look, in the coming couple of weeks, I've got two Eldridge Estate wines to review, and I wanted us to take two different opportunities with those wines. So today I'll talk a little about the 2014 vintage and how that's reflected in this wine, the Eldridge Estate Pinot Noir. And then in the next review, sort of pump up Eldridge Estate a bit and discuss why it's my Mornington Peninsula desert island producer, which it is. But the 2014 vintage, why is that even worth discussing? Well, it was considered a once-in-a-decade vintage whereby the growing conditions in 2013, when the vines come out of dormancy and they first start growing their way toward the fruit that will be picked to make wine in 2014. So the growing conditions in the spring of 2013 were very poor. It was cold, it was wet, it was windy, and really at all the wrong times. So the result of this in 2014, when the fruit was picked to make wine, is that the crops on the Mornington Peninsula at least, but this really includes much of the East Coast and South Australia, but crop levels were down 60 to 70% in vineyards. And the fruit that did come into the winery was beautifully ripe. It was beautifully conditioned, but there were very small bunches for a start, and on those bunches were very small berries, which meant a large sort of skin to juice ratio. So having struggling with my T's and S's today. Skin to juice ratio. So in the skin you get colour and tannin, and in the juice you get water and flavour compounds. So these really small berries came into the winery, and that we'll now have a look at in the context of the 2014 Eldridge Estate Pinot Noir. And the number one thing to note, as I say, that the colour is in the skins, and to the best of your abilities, if you can see the colour of this wine via this camera, it's very dark for Pinot Noir and for Eldridge Estate, which is just, it's a beautiful reflection of the vintage, and that's something we're always looking for in wine. We want wines to express the region they come from, the variety, and also the growing conditions of that year. It's almost a marker, a stamp of 2014 that this will have dark colour. And then the wine itself. Well, for those who have watched a few of my videos, you'll know that one of the things I look for in quality wine is aromatics, and once again, this wine delivers. It's got this really dark, it's got an underbelly, this structure, this framework of really dark cherry, crushed cherry fruit. And there's some clove, a hint of strawberry. There's some oak in there, but it's part of the overall complexity of the wine. It's not like, oh, there's some nice new oak. It's just part of this overall complexity of these lifted aromatics and a really lively nose. Once again, you can spend 5 minutes on this nose. I won't, but you can spend 5 minutes just enjoying the aromatics and the new aromatics that keep evolving and coming out. Then on the palate, once again, that 2014 element, this is quite a full Pinot Noir, still with life and delicacy and elegance, but it does have a fullness to it, a roundness of this crushed cherry fruit. And the tannins are quite evident, really fine, well-ripened tannins. Love them, actually. I do like a bit of tannin in my Pinot Noir. But once again, evidence of the vintage. Look, it's a fantastic wine. When you do get to enjoy it, just have a think about the year that it was born, 2013, the year that it was made and born as a wine, I guess. It was conceived in 2013 and born in 2014 as far as the wine goes. And sit down and enjoy it. I mean, these are awesome, awesome wines, the Eldridge Estate wines. If you visit the Mornington Peninsula, get to the location. Otherwise, peace, stay awesome. Au revoir.